Hi, this is Nick from Renmore Garden Services. Firstly, I just want to apologise for the huge mess in here. My van is completely full of waste, so I had to shift all the tools into here. I just want to review today two tools I bought in a kit. These two. That's an impact driver, and this is a drill driver. It also has a hammer function for if you're drilling into masonry. And I never had one of these impact drivers before, so I didn't really know what they do. So I'm just very quickly going to show you what they do. So here's a normal drill driver, good quality one from Dewalt, very powerful, brand new. I tell you what we'll do, we'll actually do the impact driver first, because you'll see what that does. And the way that this works to put the screw piece in is you just pull that out, slot it in, and it's locked in place. Now what I'm going to do is take an M6, which means that this shaft is 6mm wide, that's 140 long, so it's almost 6 inches long. Down here is a piece of teak, and I've no pre-drilled hole for it. There are holes here in the wood, but that's just where I tested it this morning. And what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to drill this all the way into that teak. So that's pretty hard wood. I'll do one here. So this is with the impact driver. You have to get it started, and this is quite noisy, the impact driver, once it gets going. Now that's in now. Now, watch. Now, in, and I'll take it back out as well, also important. Now, I can say that that's kind of noisy and quite aggressive sounding, which it is, but it puts almost no strain on my hands at all. This drill is much heavier, and I'm going to set it up to do the same thing. Take a fresh screw, so one that hasn't already been used, put it in a slightly different place. Now watch this. Now get that started. Now, see, the head is starting to strip already, so then you have to put lots of pressure on, and I can see that that's just not going to go all the way in. And just to confirm, take the impact driver, and this head is already slightly stripped by using this, and let's see if we can get it in the rest of the way. As you can see, no real problems at all. And that's not stripping the head. That's actually red hot. Not red hot, but too hot to touch. That shows you how much friction has been put on the screw whilst it's going in. So for somebody like me that would build raised beds, and I use railway sleepers that are sort of, not sure that I don't have a piece in here unfortunately. The railway sleepers are kind of be that wide and that deep, just like ones you see on the railway line. So I actually have these screws from screwing through the railway sleeper into a wooden post that's concreted in behind. So I would actually use these screws for that. And you can imagine, that's a brand new drill. So that really struggles to do that. So what I have to do is pre-drill holes, and then put this bit in for screws, and then screw them in. And I find when I get to the last 5 centimetres, the drill is trying to twist in my hands the whole time. And as you can see with this tiny little thing, look at the size difference. As I said, it's noisy, but you don't have any of that at all. It's much lighter, much better balanced than that actually. And because it's a hammer rotary action, it doesn't hammer inwards, it hammers round like that as it's doing the screwing. So it's been described as, if you imagine trying to take the wheel nuts off an old car and you can't get that first turn on the wheel, what you could do is, if you had a big spanner on there, you could hit it with a hammer, and what you're trying to do is just like loosen that nut. Well, that's what this does. So if you're undoing something, it's the hammer action is a kind of a very quick sideways twist. So if you're undoing something, or if you're doing it back up, you get really nice tight. Now the main difference between them is that the The impact driver doesn't have a speed control, but it does in the sense of how hard you press the trigger. And also it doesn't have a clutch. So on this you can adjust how much power you're using. And if you're screwing something in that's quite soft, you twist this down quite low, and once it gets to a certain rate of torque, it'll just start spinning inside without turning the screw anymore. But the point about the impact driver is you wouldn't really use this for tiny little screws. You'd use this for big screws, and you might also use it for perhaps if you're boring into wood. So not really a drill bit. And you could use it for concrete anchors, I suspect. I haven't had a chance to. So you can get sockets for this as well. So thanks for watching.